let's have some skewers while we're here.
Back to work, everyone. No time for dallying. A fine thing you reached us when you did. It would have burned the fishery next, mark my words. And the last thing this lot needs is another excuse to knock off early. Anyway, excuse the mess. If there's something you need, the clerk can get you sorted. Just watch your step if you have a mind to look around. The floors are slick and none too pleasant to fall on. Been running it 4 decades now. Reckon I can tell you what you want to know. It may stink of fish guts, but there's no place more critical to stalwart survival. Herds come and go, so there's seasons when our catch sustains the village. But try telling these folk as much. We go home each day covered to the elbows in fish oil and entrails, reeking of our work. Stalwart's shrinking, but it would disappear if we lost the fishers. I drive them hard, but I can't afford to do otherwise. Just about everything. I track the day's catches and see that our nets and hooks are in working order. My family's been in charge of the fishery since the early days of Stalwart. I know the best spots to find frost dive or an iron-toothed pike, and I make sure we don't overfish the speckleback. Need anything else?
Effigy's eyes! It looks at me! Ah!
Me and Sledge are thinking about heading down, joining a caravan over to Donning.
Donning? What for? You like your ogres bigger?
We'd have work at least, and I'm damn sick of fish.
Feels like it's hardly worth putting the huts back up.
Better than standing out here shivering.
Huh, that's what I get for asking directions in the middle of nowhere. Say, I don't suppose you've seen any mysterious old buildings in the mountains lately, have you? No, but I've heard that name a lot around here. I'm looking for the Abbey of the Fallen Moon. It's an obscure temple dedicated to Andra. I'm a gift bearer. My job is to gather tokens of things people want forgotten and surrender them to the Lady of Lament. Best place to do that is the Abbey of the Fallen Moon. Well, you throw some things into the sea and maybe they wash up on shore one day. But you want something really good and forgotten, you take it to the Abbey. Anything that represents a moment or a memory someone wishes to leave behind. Well, love notes, awkward family heirlooms, bad poetry, the kinds of things you want to forget. The Abbey's all about forgetting. Wouldn't be much forgetting if I told you about it, would there? I might be here a while. Half the villagers have never heard of the Abbey, and the ones that have, no one knows where it is. So I'm trying to think of this as an extended holiday in a remote mining village that smells like fish. You won't regret it. I've got a lovely singing voice.
I like her already.
It's working! Yes! I can't believe it! It's really... Oh. My ore locating divination tool. Well, that's what it will be. I have to calibrate it. Right now it seems to think you're a copper deposit. My animancer contacts did suggest that a particular strong soul essence might interfere. I'm more interested in minerals in any case. I suppose that's possible. It's not exactly what I'm looking for, unfortunately. I'm trying to recreate the instruments that first led the Pargrin dwarves to this mountain. This is my latest prototype. Centuries ago, dwarves carrying tools just like this one followed their readings to what is now the battery. If I can recreate their work, then I may be able to find ore deposits elsewhere. I was hoping to test it, but my arrival was delayed by word of the ogre attack. I haven't been able to find anyone to venture up the mountain since. Really? That'd be wonderful. I just have to adjust the device, you see. It should point you toward metal deposits. We already know the battery rests on some rich veins, but I was hoping to get a reading of the surrounding mountainside. If you can follow the readings to ore and bring back a sample, I can use it to refine the device. Thanks ever so much for this.
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
Ugh! What have Oh! Oh, sorry. I must have been dreaming. No, it's nothing. Sorry, I shouldn't have bothered you. You told me about your awakening. I guess I've had a similar problem. There's something I remember from a former life. Happened hundreds of years ago, but I remember it like it was yesterday. Happened while I was fighting in Old Valia 20 years ago. My unit was camped out in the palace we'd just taken. The others were roasting the last of the Marcheso's pigs in the feast hall, so I went to the wine cellars to fetch a few bottles. I don't know how long she'd been hiding there, but there was this old woman. Must have been one of the servants. She had this wild look in her eyes. I approached her and tried to tell her not to be afraid, that she was safe. She screamed and grabbed my arm. It felt like someone had hit me in the back of my head. I blacked out for a few minutes, and when I came to, she was gone. I took a few bottles up with me, feasted with the rest of the troops. But when I went to bunk, I had a dream. Only it was more vivid than any dream I've ever had. I tasted the sweat on my lips, felt the jungle air on my skin, heard the cries. Like when you hear a song you know you've heard before. Anyway, I laid off the drink for several days, but I kept having the dream. After a few weeks, I thought a change of scenery might do me good. Since then, I've been a pirate in the Deadfire, a pilgrim in the White That Wins, an adventurer in the Living Lands, and a gift bearer in a Shamadal. It's something terrible I did, a long time ago, and as a different person, but I remember it more clearly than anything. I told you I was looking for the Abbey of the Fallen Moon so I could leave something behind. There's a pool there, the Salt Well. It's where gift-bearers leave the heaviest burdens. It's said that a person can enter it and leave their own memories behind. That's the plan. At this point, I'd gladly give up all my memories if that's what it takes for peace in this life and the next.
Must have some great stories.
The rot gut and cannon blasts knocked most of them out of my head. Those were good days.
You ought to meet my sister. Where in Rawatai are you from, anyway?
Little coastal town. Definitely no cannons or rot gut there.
Don't see many on these roads, and the few we do are hunters, woodcutters, or smugglers. And here I was thinking we'd found the last pleasant company on the road. I'm after him, all right. He's going to answer for his crimes in Raid Saris, and one way or another, you're going to stay out of my way. Didn't tell you that part, did he? First off, he chose his indentureship. Had to make up for some bad luck at cards, I hear. More importantly, he murdered his master's son, 13-year-old boy. Killed him as he fled. You want to help me bring him to justice? Run on back and tell him you dealt with us. When he ducks out of town, we'll be waiting. His master's paying well for his return, and I'll see that you're given a fair cut. His master sees it differently. Shame we couldn't do business.
help us!
Soldier.
Did you think to escape me by climbing a mountain? I would have tracked you across the sea, thief.
Please, Master, have mercy! I kept the grimoire hidden safely away, and I can take you to it!
The book is nothing. If you had studied a little longer, you might have learned that. But no apprentice of mine will steal from me and live.
Wait, no!
Well, at least they're not devouring one another.
Fish, sweat, sulfur. You approach the flames that whisper clan with the stink of stalwart heavy upon you. You fill our halls with dreams of battle and bloodshed. What right have cowards and agitators to protection? The villagers spy on our camps and spoil our hunts. They pick us off only to retreat behind their walls. Like a crack in the ice, they spread deeper into our lands with each waning moon. But we'll answer them blow for blow. Yet they come with weapons in hand, and mark their passage with the blood of my kind. And their strength fails, so they send you to carve a path through the fallen keep. Not yet. But that place works kith into a fever. You gather to it and hurl your brittle strength against its walls. But for smugglers and slavers, kith rarely visit these lands for any other purpose. Of course it does! It's the diseased carcass of a ruined civilization. It festers with restless spirits and rotten magics. I see. Ugh. Dreams. Hailstones falling like cannonballs from the ramparts. A frozen gale screeching through the tower door. My dreams drove me to found this clan. Now my dreams tell me that Stalwart's ambition will destroy us. Then let their spirits lie there among the dreams that infected them. And now you'll tell me why you're here. The night winds whispered this name to me. They found us clubs and cannons ready. As for what we found on them... You may go in peace, but you will give up on Durgan's battery for good. Then take the bounty of your foolish predecessors. May it serve you better. Under the circumstances, I'll overlook your slaughter of my clan. You shall have the peace of flames that whisper. For now. I hope your skills are as fine as your words. It is rare that a matron betrays her dreams.